Welcome to Tech Topics brought to you by Cybervenger. We help keep small businesses stay protected and compliant with cutting-edge cybersecurity and IT solutions.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Andy. I'm the Managing Consultant for Cybervenger, and today we're doing another deep dive into the 110 controls of the NIST 800-171 standard. Today's control is 3.10.3. And if we look down here, it just says escort visitors and monitor visitor activities. You can look at the second field. Individuals with permanent physical access authorization credentials are not considered visitors. Audit logs can be used to monitor visitor activity. Okay, so who is and isn't a visitor? We'll start with that one. If you are an employee of an organization and you are at the specific office that you're stationed at normally, and this is your home office, you're not a visitor. You obviously need to be authorized. You need credentials. You need background checks, all the things that the other controls talk about, but you don't need to have somebody following around all day. Now, if your office happens to have an internet outage and the Comcast guy shows up, or somebody from AT&T and whatnot, maybe it's ComEd, power went out, somebody like that, they show up on site, you have to not only log that they're there, check their ID, record that kind of information, and log it. The purpose of their visit, why, who they are. You also need somebody to follow them around anytime they're near a department or an area that contains CUI. This doesn't apply to the entire building. If they're in their point of presence in the back and there's no computers or CUI in that area, they could reach it without getting towards like an enclave, then you don't have to monitor them quite as carefully. You should probably get their ID and log that they're visiting and the purpose of the visit, just for record's sake. And you may just even say, hey, this person did not have access to CUI area, but they were in the building. A not normal visitor. Clients or representatives or anybody like that would also follow under that. As well, you would have to log that incident. So logging can simply be a piece of paper logging, or you could just do keycard. Now, getting back to who isn't a visitor, just because someone's a contractor doesn't mean they're a visitor. For example, I have a customer that I work with on a regular basis. I'm there all the time. I see these people at least once a week. I have a badge and I have a key card. I'm not an employee, but I've signed non-disclosure agreements. I have signed acceptable usage agreements, background checks, all that kind of stuff, and I'm authorized. I can take my key card, I can walk in, show up, do my job duties, and leave. The key card still tracks that I entered the building by name. It's my card. I show up as a person authorized. So that's important. I think that solves, that helps you keep track of everybody. That's an important thing for compliance. But I don't need someone following me around just because I'm a contractor. So if you have somebody, they don't care with the employee status. They care the kind of background checking you've done. If the person have had a proper HR background check, HR, you passes your HR standard for background checks. For, the first control we had the previous set of controls, we had 3.9.1. We just did a video on. That one talks about having to do some kind of background checks and screening of employees before they're allowed to check how to deal with CUI. If you do that same standard of screening to a contractor, it's fine. Totally fine. Whatever works for you that way. The idea is the data is being protected. Nobody cares what your employment status is, whether it's 1099 or W-2. It's the question of to what degree has that person been properly screened? What agreements have they signed? Are they properly vetted and trained to do with CUI? Then, if so, then they don't need to be escorted. Otherwise, you need somebody to escort. Not necessarily like an armed guard kind of escort, but just somebody who understands CUI, understands the significance, who can vouch what this person is doing and follow them around and just generally keep an eye on them. And you want to log who that person is escorting them as well. You want to have that information available. So that's really all that this one has. I think the reasoning here is pretty obvious, and I think the idea is pretty easy to understand. So we're going to close this one out for this control, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Thanks for watching. We hope this video has provided valuable information to you. Be sure to share this video with other small business owners to spread the word about the importance of cybersecurity. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want more information about cybersecurity, visit us at www.cybervenger.com.